Hi, man, that is so fancy. On location tonight, dog.
Man, we got like our own little studio and everything. Thanks to our friend Sean Ames.
Man,
You go over and head out his YouTube channel.
put it in the link, like down in the description box.
Like right down
like right
there somewhere.
there somewhere.
Life in the Flyover. He's a daily vlogger. He's a local real estate agent. Does some pretty cool stuff with some
He's
home
got
tours.
a drone.
He's got a drone.
Sorry, man,
Some
like, I'm
fancy
just
camera
like-
equipment.
Oh man, this is like I'm just like feeling out my surroundings. This is like this is so cool. I'm like a kid in a, like I don't want to say like candy factory because like we're fat, so like I want to say something less obvious. Like
I don't eat candy, so
what?
No.
Snickers?
Nope.
Reese's?
Nope.
What else? What else don't you eat?
Dick. Anyway, moving on.
Your mom didn't.
Thanks for stopping in and checking out BP Hero Podcast number
7. Yeah, nailed it.
Been a while.
Yeah.
We have
We've been busy.
been busy. Been a lot of stuff going on.
NSA
between
State.
Life. NSA State. ASA State.
Show Me
Games. U-Trip State is tomorrow, but I just took a call to go to work, so I will not be there.
I'm actually gonna work, so like we're
From
both
home.
out. Yeah.
Because your life is dope.
Dope.
So, what have we missed in that amount of time? I don't know what all I've covered as far as bats goes. You can go back and check out on the channel.
Go over those real quick just in case.
Got the Boomba Leaf Nemo, the one that just came out. Kevin Roach got us hooked up with that one. Got the Juggy OVL, the ASA model. Not real wild about that one. Head
Yeah.
over and check that one out.
Who got you that one?
Nate Cunningham.
Attaboy Nate. Probably
Man,
another
so
raffle.
yeah. Got the Combat Guilt 2. That was a pretty good one.
The Sledgehammer.
Got the Canadian Psycho. Going to do an update on it pretty soon.
Will Webb.
Yes. Stay tuned for that update because that's not going to be what you think it is. The Freak 12 reissue. Troy Strong.
Hey.
Oh man, listen to that phone. Then the Psycho reissue. Probably going to try and review that one tomorrow with our friend Matt Allen.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. Sorry.
I'm gonna drive St. Louis.
No, you're not.
I would though.
No, you wouldn't.
Bet me.
Average G5. I do like that one quite a bit.
Yeah.
Our friend Jack Hamilton Smith sent us that one.
Who's he?
And he's from the Facebooks and the softball fans.
Jack Hamilton Smith.
Yeah, you probably don't know him.
Is he from like somewhere down south?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say, man, that name sounds like straight
he's-
from like Alabama.
He's from the Iowas, actually.
Oh, he's a Norwegian, right on,
Yeah.
man. Hey, dude.
But anyway, so outside of that, let's see. Like I said, I'm going to do that reissue. I guess it's not technically a D2E Psycho. It's a reissued Psycho. I'm probably going to do that one tomorrow. I finally got all of the NSA State games done. I got pretty much. I know you've probably heard this in every video that I've voiced over. I have pretty much the whole gold bracket minus a couple games early in the day. I had like all the championship.
bracket done too.
Yeah, I finally got the whole silver bracket done.
Yeah.
But I had like all the championship, the F game, the losers bracket final. Like I said, literally everything from the later part of the day is on there. I got, I think 11 from each. I got 11 gold games and I got 11 silver games. I had some silver games from Saturday and then everything Sunday. They finished out the silver bracket on Sunday, and I got every game on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
So
There were some good games between those 2 days.
yes,
too.
there was.
That first championship game in the gold bracket. So the actual, I guess, yeah, the first championship
Yeah.
game. That one was really good. I mean, really good. And then that day 2 with the silver stuff, the Chicken Hawks and the Outsiders game, that one was pretty good.
That was a good one, and the championship game was good
Championship
too.
game was actually pretty good too. I didn't know the Chicken Hawks had that much left in them. Because
They-
I mean, they'd been playing some ball.
Yes, and that's the same as Saturday night with the Jokers.
Right.
I guess, sorry, when the Jokers, the SNS.
Right.
I think they had 4 players get hurt. Lambert messed his knee up. Ronnie got hit. Kyle pulled his hamstring.
Ronnie was out like after the second game.
Yeah, I think he got hit in the first game.
Yeah, it may have
First
even
game
been
he got
that
hit.
one. Yeah.
And then Chad, I think Chad was hobbling around all day. And they still managed to force an if game. Them guys
Hit.
hit, which is what you got to do to win ball games.
Softball's a defensive game.
No. I'm thinking about something for a shirt. Like
Oh.
softball's an offensive sport or something like that. I know you won't wear one.
No, speaking of shirts, man, that BP Hero shirt, dog.
Man, I finally got an order of them done.
That thing's
Probably gonna see
dope.
Probably going to see about firing up another order of those soon. As you can tell, like, neither one of us have ours on.
He didn't tell me like I needed to wear it.
Well, I didn't wear mine, so he didn't have to wear his.
Yeah.
I finally got all them done, thanks to everyone that ordered. I think I ended up ordering 21 or 22 shirts, so that's not bad for a first order. Going to try and do a second one here pretty soon. I've already collected a little money from a couple different people that want shirts.
You know what was the craziest thing about that?
What's that?
Like, so we wore. You got the shirts that Saturday at NSA State.
Mm-hmm.
You went ahead and gave me mine. I wore it the next day, and like the number of people that were talking about them things.
Really?
Like, oh yeah, there, and then I wore it the next night at League. You know, because why not? I mean,
right.
Man, people were talking about them things left and right.
But no, but Mikey, that's gonna be a rant we're gonna save for another podcast. We're kind of on a time crunch.
Time crunch tonight.
It is 10:05, and I have to be at work at 11:25. The train says. So anyway, got the Show Me games. I got just a couple games from that. I'm still on the fence about posting them or not.
Did you get that game where I locked down center field in that 5-man?
That was every game.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he did. Man, like I'm just like so much exploring this space.
Okay.
It's so cool.
I also didn't get. I think once that was over, we burned out, didn't we? Did we record the championship for the Show Me games? I don't think we did. I'm not even sure I've got those games.
No, because you went and sat over with co-ed.
That's right. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I got in on that co-ed championship game.
His wife was playing.
Yeah, she did good. She took second.
Yeah, she did.
We needed to take some notes from her, I guess, because apparently she knows how to win and we don't.
She was hitting.
Yes.
Man, that girl.
She's going for
wife
it.
of the BP hero. She
right?
did the hits, boy.
Working on, speaking of the Show Me games made me think. I tried doing a little bit of vlogging, and every one I've done, I've left out some really major details, so we're still working on that. So patience is a virtue there. ASA State. Well, I'll just let you grab the wheel on that, because you're all about telling the whole world about that.
Man, you want to talk about some softball now. Did you break? Oh, my God, you broke it.
No, I didn't. Keep talking.
So, where do we start? Like, I want to take,
without acting like an idiot.
Well, I want to take full control of the desk.
Without acting like an idiot.
So, let's see here. I played with my usual tournament team, Cobra Kai. We took second place at ASA State. Jesse played with
Sedalia Hitmen.
And you guys, did you win a game?
We went 1-2.
Okay. We played 4 games Saturday and then played no, that's not right. Yeah, that's right. And then played 3 on Sunday because we went 5-2. Our first game, we beat Nerd Ropes out of St. Louis. Beat them 13-12, I think.
I hope you're not asking me.
No, I'm just questioning myself. So that was a close game. Our second game, we were playing the Misfits, and I think they're out of Sedalia. And we were down by 1 going into the 7th inning of that one. I hit a 4-base error, and we won that game by 2. Our third game, we faced... who was that team? Was that another team out of Sedalia, maybe, that we faced? And Josh Farmer hit a ball to right field, and the right fielder got tripped up, and he fell. Well, then, when they're getting the ball in on the relay throw, we had runners on first and second, so the runner from first is trying to score from home. Well, as he's trying to score at home, Josh is already standing on second. The relay throw comes to the first baseman, and he throws it over the fence, over the backstop. So then...
I have nothing to add here because I wasn't there for any of that, and the cameras weren't there either, believe it or not. Just want to throw that out there in case anybody was wondering where you can catch these.
I mean, that you can ask anybody around because it was the talk of the tournament, how we were just winning these games. So the first baseman overthrows the backstop, and it clanks off the top bar and goes out. So then runner from third automatically scores. The runner on second gets an extra base. So we win that game by 1. And then we faced Midwest Assault, I believe was the name of that team. And I think they were out of St. Joe, too.
Yeah, they were somewhere over west, I believe.
That game was tight through the whole thing. We were up by 1 going into the 7th. They hit a 2-run shot to take a 1-run lead. We tied the game in the 7th, and then they walked the bases loaded. That way they could have a force out and try and force extra innings. And then Dustin Turner hit a line drive down the third base line, so we won that one. Go to day 2 to face ADL in the winners bracket final. They beat Synergy Sports to advance there.
ADL, aka the softball Monstars.
Man, you ain't kidding. So they drummed us 21-6 in the first game. We get thrown to the losers bracket and face Schmidt Irrigation. You have an 11-inning game from them. That was a ball game against Midwest Assault, the team that we
How
had
many
faced.
outs did they run into? That's going to be another.
In extra innings, probably at least 2.
That'll be good for the rants and raves too.
Oh man, but that was a good game though. So then we faced Schmidt and we beat Schmidt 18-11. So going up to that point, our run differential was only +5, like in the games that we had won. So we beat Schmidt 18-11, I believe it was, and go back to the championship to face ADL, and we lost it 23-6. So back-to-back years we finished second. Back-to-back years that ADL's won it. So yeah, really good weekend of softball. I don't really have much else to add.
No, I mean there was lots of good games that day.
A lot of really good games. Like what's the name of the team that Gio plays on? Dirty Bird Nation.
Nah, I think he was just kind of jumping in with them. Yeah, the Dirty Bird.
I mean, he played with them for ASA South.
Right.
They had 13 teams for it, and ASA D North had 25, 24.
Something like that.
I'm going to tell you this much right now, just because I was there and I saw the teams. That North bracket was tough as nails.
Especially that lower side.
That lower bracket was like the bracket of death. I mean, you had Synergy Sports, which had you have asked me the weekend before, who I thought had a legitimate chance to win it, I would have put them up there. You had ADL down on that side. Bad Company out of Sedalia, which is a pretty good team.
Mm-hmm.
You had Nasty Boys, Stingrays, and they played their butts off.
Yeah.
Who else did we count? Because we counted like 6 or 7 teams.
Schmidt.
Oh, Schmidt was in the lower bracket. Yeah, there's number 6. And then there was one more.
Intensity.
Intensity. That was the other one. And they played Gold at NSA, I think it was. We faced them last year at ASA State, and I believe they took 3rd there last year. I mean, that lower side was tough.
You know what drove me nuts about them? We were in the lower side as well. We lost to them in a 3-2 ball game. 3-2.
I got nothing for you.
3-2. I mean, like, wow. 3-2.
Like, weather was really good, so that was nice.
The weather was beautiful. We had, we went down the second day just to go and check out the games and record games. And I had the baby, the wife, the little boy. Everybody was out there all weekend. Mm-hmm. Everybody did fine. It was nice all weekend. So, and like I said, U-Trip State's tomorrow. Not gonna be there. Wish I was.
They're just doing D there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. You know, maybe I think C might be at BMAC. Maybe I'll pack the camera up just in case.
Are there any? I
know they combined C. There's not enough C teams
for Missouri.
Yeah. So they combined it with Kansas. Now where that's going to be, I'm not sure.
I was thinking that was on the Kansas side.
It could be.
But I could have sworn I saw something, but you would know better than I would.
Right.
So
either way, now moving on a little bit, just kind of still on the topic of games and everything. There should be a big boost in games as far as like game footage, how many games you're going to see from a tournament, as far as like the ones that I make it to.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of went in with a friend of ours that's actually whose house we're at here. We're actually in his theater. He got everything set up for us to do a little podcast action down here. As you can tell, we don't have our big mics with the mic arms and everything. Having some difficulties with that, but we're going to get it going soon. He was generous enough to let us come over here and check this out. His name is Sean Ames. He got me hooked up with quite a bit of pretty good equipment. I've got a new Canon 70D to shoot bat reviews with, do a little bit of photography, which some of you have probably seen on the channel, on the Facebook page.
You should notice that with the BP videos, like, the quality change.
Right.
I mean, that should be a pretty noticeable.
Yeah, and I'm still kind of learning how to use the camera. It's not like a GoPro where you just stick her down there and let her eat. So it's taken some adjustments, but overall it's already paid itself off. Got that stuff. Got me a new computer, which helps immensely with render times. Gabe was letting me use his computer, and that thing was great. He needed it back, had some stuff going on. Sean was generous enough to hey, give me his computer because he'd gotten a new one, and beggars can't be choosers. It works out really well. So there's going to be lots more game footage coming because he also got me a GoPro as well. So the new computer, the new GoPro. I'm rambling. But could be some good stuff coming. I have a pretty good feeling about that. I don't know what the next big tournament is we're going to make it to, but be ready for a flood of game footage from that as well. Like I said,
what is the next big tournament?
As far as loose terms again, big, probably Home Runs for Heroes.
Speaking of that, so the guy that helps run that, Jared, and the gal that helps run that, Andrea, saw both of them at Show Me Games, and they are really excited about what they've got coming for that. Jared was talking about a couple of sponsors that are going to be helping out this year. Like, I'm not going to go over the numbers and stuff like that from it, but he is very excited about that, and he's thinking that they could make a very large donation to the Honor Flight as a result of this.
Basically what Home Runs for Heroes is a tournament, fundraiser tournament, to fund what he said, the Honor Flight.
Is the Honor Flight only something like locally for us? I think it is.
I can't answer that question.
So basically, if it's not something that you're aware of, they raise money to take veterans to Washington, D.C. They started off with veterans with the older wars, so like World War II and Korea, and they basically put them on a plane and fly them to Washington, D.C. to see the memorial, and I think they're out there like a day, maybe 2 days, turn around, fly them back. They provide caregivers in case like they need a wheelchair and like somebody to push them. Like they do a lot of amazing things.
It's a great tournament. It's been going 5 years and I haven't missed it yet.
Yeah, I mean the overall cause is really good, but then this tournament is just a stellar deal. Yeah, this is year 5. We played in it 2 years ago and won it. Funny enough. Shout out to Louie.
I know Louie's not watching this, but man.
Last year, you and I actually played on different teams. I mean, it's still a really, really well-ran tournament.
Yes.
And they do a lot of really good things. I can't give them enough high praise for what they're doing for that charity.
If you are anywhere like within this vicinity, when I say vicinity, I'm talking like St. Louis, Kansas City, or even if you're not, you should really check this tournament out. I think it's 3 guaranteed games, ton of teams. They have a rec and competitive division. They do a co-ed on Sunday. I mean, it's a great tournament. If you live close, looking for some ball to play, it's the first week in October. Come check it out.
The other thing I will say is because it's starting to turn into such a big deal locally, like Columbia, Jeff City, Moberly, Boonville, what's a town east, like Fulton, like Kirksville, even for that matter, like because of that region, that tournament fills up quick. Like so Show Me Games was 2 weeks ago, I guess almost 3 weeks ago now, so the last weekend in July, and he was already telling me, like, you need to get a team signed up, you need to go ahead and start getting your stuff together, that way you can get signed up.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're wanting to consider it, I would go ahead and make a push for that. If you want to come and play with us, because we're a bunch of winners, you can totally come and do that, too.
Spots to be filling quick.
Yeah. Man.
Or not.
Or not. But, yeah, I mean, it's a really good deal. Like, I can't keep repeating that enough just because of how awesome it is. I remember one of the first years that I was down there, I watched them take a whole line of veterans out there, and they all threw out, like, an honorary pitch. And then they brought out a big giant check.
Yeah.
And it was for $9,000. And I know that like that may sound like a low number, but when you're talking like in the world of a softball tournament and organizing something, that's pretty significant.
Oh yeah.
And for a charity like that, something to help our veterans, I mean that's leaps and bounds better than what most people are able to do. So kudos to them again. We kind of dove off on a little rabbit trail there, but
yeah, we did.
What are you doing here?
Can I do it sideways?
What are you doing? What's this?
Live podcast, dog.
A live podcast?
Try it anyway.
With what?
The phone.
On what, though?
The Facebooks.
Oh, on Facebook?
Can I get us both in there now?
You'll have to come in.
Scoot it that way a little bit.
Go landscape with it.
I don't think I can. I don't think it makes a difference. Not really, no.
Do you want me to go put it up with the microwave up there?
I don't know. Here, hang on. Stand by. Gabe, start talking about something.
Okay. So we played Show Me Games a couple weeks ago, and that was pretty cool because I got to play center field in a 5-man. I'm pretty proud of myself for that. I didn't get a ton of action, but that's okay though, because like I still like locked it down. I didn't make any diving plays or anything, so that was cool.
Somebody needs to comment. Can you hear us over there?
Can you just pull it up on yours? Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna pull it up right here. So I don't know if they can hear us over there or not.
this is like crazy.
You didn't know you could do that?
Well, I knew you could do stuff, but like you're like doing stuff.
Let's see. But yeah, man, the show me again. That brings me back to the 5-man thing again.
Okay,
Did we have a guy on that team under 200 pounds?
Matt Allen.
I don't know. He's tall. I'll give him 205.
Okay, Cody
Yeah.
and Shimmer.
Oh yeah. Well, Shimmer don't count. I mean, that you turn sideways, you lose him.
Man, that's true. Okay, so Cody, I'd probably put him at like 185.
Yeah. But either way.
Hey.
So, coming back to the 5-man thing, it doesn't take a team full of ringers to do it, man. You just make your plays and then you go hit. But when you don't hit,
When you don't hit,
it don't matter what kind of defense you're
I
playing.
will say though that we were down on Sunday, really bad to that team that Adam was on, and we
How many balls did they hit off the fence? Playing E, and I bet you they hit 5 balls off the fence
I
between
bet.
Adam and Tim.
He hit
Tim, you watching
one.
this? Did you flex and bust out of there?
He hit one. Adam did so hard that when he hit it, Jesse just turned around and looked at me and like trying to see where the ball was going, and I didn't even move. Like I just like turned around and looked, and then that thing ended up hitting off the top of the fence and staying in. I was so boogering, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the worst. But yeah, 5-man, you can do it with just about anybody.
Right.
Just make the routine plays. But anyways, we had 12 runs in that one inning, and then we still ended up tuckering out and not doing so hot in that one.
Well, you can't win them all.
That's right, you can't. But when you do win them all, though, I
Well.
feel pretty good.
What was that one year? I think I don't know about you. How many teams of those you were on? Just because different things going on. I think I
Right.
won like 6 tournaments in 2014. The same year I won Home Runs for Heroes.
It was that same calendar
Was
year.
it 2014?
Yeah.
Like
That's
I
when
won-
because Jack was born on the 23rd, and then 4
Oh,
days
yeah.
later we won Home Runs for Heroes.
Yeah.
I had a pretty dope week.
So I think it was 5 or 6
yeah.
tournaments. Man, that's a lot of tournaments to win.
Rocking
a
them
year.
Armed and Hammer jerseys.
Oh man, they never lose
They-
unless you take them to St. Louis and put them all together on the field.
Oh, man.
But anyway, start talking about something else. I'm gonna go over here and check this again.
I don't really like have anything else. You went over the new camera stuff. I kind of want you to.
Should have played C.
Who said
I still
that?
haven't had anybody comment if you can hear us from clear over here either.
Who said that? Nick.
Tip.
Oh, both teams. I'll admit with you, both teams should have played C. The old system. Somebody commented on the Facebook live feed here that both teams should have been playing C for ASA State. Totally agree with you because the way the old system was set up, top 4 teams get bumped to C. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Well, then the state commissioner changed it to do a plus system, and so as a result, we all got to stay and play D again, and we were all classified as plus players. So I'm like, for me, for instance, because I played D last year, this year I was considered a D plus player. Now, as a result of how this year went, probably going to end up being a C player, which I am not a C player in the slightest.
Hang on just a second. I'm going to have Sean come down and widen this doorway.
I
out here.
just covered myself and said that I'm not a C player, and then you go and do that.
You just said that for the camera.
Dog, I'm totally a C player. But I should be playing conference right now, let's be honest.
Yeah, like, man, we got to blow the roof off his house. Good thing it has adjustable.
Man, no kidding.
I don't know about big topic because I know a lot of people aren't combat fans. We're just going from one or the other. And a lot of people aren't combat fans. You and I personally have always had, those combats that we liked.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Combat is officially going out of business. They were bought out by a company last year or 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Whatever year it was. They were bought out by Bauer. I believe somewhere along the way, basically it all snowballed around to where Easton, I believe Bauer might have bought Easton is what it was.
Okay.
Bauer bought Easton later on, and now they've put the two brands together, and what you've got now is basically Combat closing the doors because they decided that Easton was a better selling bat. I'm not going to get started on this bat, that bat, which bat is better, but me personally, I feel like Combat makes a better bat right now. But
Right.
if something's not popular, it won't sell. If it doesn't sell, don't make it.
Right now, the one pro that I can see coming from this is that Combat will be able to give some of their, I don't know the best way to word this, like some of their experience with making hot bats like out of the wrapper,
Right.
or hot herb bats out of the wrapper.
If you could get that performance out of the wrapper to go with Easton's durability,
Right.
obviously you can't have it all.
You can't have the best of both worlds. Just not possible. But if somehow Combat's able to give Easton something along those lines, that would help tremendously.
Yes. That was shared on the BP Hero Facebook page. Basically, Don Cooper's announcement of everything that was going to happen. They're going to release the Maxim line, which I believe will be slow pitch and baseball.
Okay.
I'm sure they make fast pitch bats in the Maxim line too.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to release the Maxim line for this fall, and after this year, it's done. Everything will basically go through Easton at that point. There are still some people in Washington at the warehouse up there, but eventually that will be closing too.
He also put in this letter, Don Cooper did, that as far as like returns and stuff are like concerned, you'll still be able to return bats for a while without any issues. So read his letter, because it helps kind of clarify some things, because I know some people...
And some of that's still kind of cloudy. Sorry to cut you off. I just want to say this before I forget.
Yeah.
Some of that's still kind of cloudy too. Eventually, I would like to sit down and have, not obviously in person,
Right.
but sit down and have some kind of interview with Don Cooper, whether it be on the phone, Skype, something, and just kind of like get some of the
less known answers.
less known answers, or some of the more popular questions,
Right.
or things like that, things that people are wondering. Maybe, he could help us out. We could help him out at the same time, getting all that stuff out there just for people to know. What bat am I going to get back if I return to Combat? Am I going to get an Easton? And that kind of thing.
Well, could you imagine that, like returning like a G5 or something, and, and getting like a Mako or whatever? Like,
I mean, think about it though. I mean,
well, yeah, I mean it's the same umbrella, but
right.
Just
see, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know if that'll happen. I don't know if Combats are going to be, they've got stockpiled warehouse stuff and they're just going to return that. Once it's out, they're done. Not sure how they're going to field that.
Man, I wonder if they still got any of them orange DBAs laying around.
No, because if they did, oh man, our background went out.
Well, that's all right.
But if they did, they'd be sold by now for pretty good money. Moving on, because I can see in this live feed that Combats are dumb and blah 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 blah. So we're just gonna move on from that. Let's just fire right into some Q&A, because that was pretty much. Like I said, it's been so long. If we try to cover everything that we had missed from then, we'd be here all night.
The big topic so far: more bat reviews, T-shirts, game footage from NSA, Show Me Games, ASA, Combat.
Did you know?
T-shirts, yeah, I think.
Let's get you out of left field with this one.
Yeah.
Did you know the BP Hero might be sponsoring a team next year? Stay tuned for that.
I'm
Okay,
not gonna.
You want to fire away with this?
Yeah. So
We're going to jump into the Q&A here. Seth sent Gabe a question. Comment down below if you've ever seen anything like this, or if you play in a league like this. Go.
He came out of left field with this one for me. So he said, "Hey Gabe, when you guys do the next podcast, could you guys please talk about the pros and cons to using a second home plate as a safety plate?" And so then I asked him to clarify, and he said the league that I play in on Saturday started doing it on the field that I play on as a test run. Apparently there was some discussion among board members on adopting it as a safety measure so that there aren't any collisions at home plate. Let's see here. That plus some of the guys are already used to playing like this in their senior leagues. So can you walk me through this? Because I've never been a part of something like this.
I believe I spent a year and a half in Birmingham, Alabama, working down there. And I believe it might have been Spain Park. I saw that at a couple different leagues. Basically, you've got your home plate. I'm not good at putting things on the screen, so I'm not going to. You're just going to have to envision this with me.
Okay.
I may try to put a little deal on the screen here. But anyway, you've got your home plate, and then off to the side, it'll either be a line, or I've even seen some places that have another home plate.
Okay.
And basically, plays at home are a force out. The runner runs to the home plate that's off to the side. They're both the same distance,
Okay.
minus obviously, you're going to have a little bit more distance from them splitting apart.
You're veering off, right?
But basically, it makes every play a force out at home, so there's no collisions or anything like that. And then, depends on, everybody does that part different, but where there's a line down the third base line, and once you get past that, it's a force out no matter what. That way, you can't see the ball's going to beat you there and turn around and go back.
So the ball can beat you by 5 steps.
They call it a commitment line.
Okay, so the ball can beat you by 5 steps or be a bang bang, but as long as you're past that line, it doesn't matter how close you get to the plate at that point.
Right, you can round the third base bag, go a little ways down the line, and then once you pass the commitment line, you're committed. It's a force out no matter what. You can go back if you want. Ball beats you to home plate, you're out. That's... I can...
I mean, from a safety standpoint, I get it, but from, just a regular standpoint, unless you're playing in, a senior league, I can't see that being... something that you would get used to necessarily.
Not that I am a high-level ball player. For the love of Pete, let's not get on the topic of that.
Oh, these guys look like they are D players and E players.
They're garbage players.
Yeah.
How to do that? Just BP here replies to the hateful comments.
Mean tweets.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
But anyway, I'm not to consider myself a high-level player, but the leagues that I play in, that would be just dumb. Now, some of your lower leagues...
Do they even do that on the Tuesday night senior league down there in Columbia?
No.
Okay.
But some of your lower leagues, like your E-class leagues, and as far as Columbia, I mean, there's some rec leagues in Columbia. Mm-hmm. But, you go to other places like stuff in Moberly.
Right.
That would be good for things like the leagues in Moberly.
Yeah, smaller stuff.
Right.
Yeah. The more I get to thinking about this, Chris Odell, correct me if I'm wrong, does he watch the podcast?
He might.
I feel like I played in a tournament with him one time, and Jacob came with us. And we went...
George. We're not going to get on that. Anyway.
I feel like... Where was that one? Bellefontaine? Is that right?
I wasn't there.
In North County? I almost feel like we had something like that, maybe. There, the more I get to thinking about it. But
Bellefontaine?
Yeah, because there was a senior team there. They were getting ready for, Senior Worlds or something. They were like a 50 and over, old dogs or something. That's when I saw Chris do that pitch where he pitched it out of his glove to home, and this dude sent him 330. Oh, it was crazy.
That's awesome.
I have to ask Jacob about that. Anyways,
back
sorry.
on topic.
Yeah.
I could see that benefiting in some lower rec level leagues or maybe even some tournaments or something like that. Steve said, "Good old George," so he is watching. Oh, hey, Jonathan Harris. I know a bunch of people probably others said hi to, but I didn't see it. I'm probably blocking my face a little with this computer too. But, yeah, it would be useful for things like that. Good everywhere? No. Good some places? Definitely. I might take a couple from the chat. We've got some stuff we got to get done, and I have to get to work.
Yeah,
but
you're dwindling on time. Go back to your questions.
I'll have to keep an eye, I'll have to keep an eye on it and see if I can catch it in time. John Harris is the biggest bully in softball. Man, Ronnie, you guys are going to have to hash that out on the ball field somewhere. I ain't doing that.
I don't know. Anyways, continue.
Let's see. More Q&A. Yeah. So, we have our friend, Grumpy Snacks, a.k.a. Nick Schneider. He wanted us to talk about a few things. I guess he's not necessarily Q&A. Pet peeves on the field. I go first. Okay. We each do too, because we're kind of on a time crunch. Co-ed players.
Yep.
The guys that keep running until the ball is in front of them.
Wearing their soccer cleats and their flat-billed snapbacks.
See, that doesn't even bother me so much as you hit it at a girl, which, big debate there, because we had that in another podcast.
Uh-huh.
You hit it at a girl, and then you just run until the ball's in front of you. I mean, literally, like the guy will just round the base even though the ball's coming to first base and just keep running, trying to take advantage of a girl that maybe can't make the throw or may have trouble making the throw, or even a guy, for that matter, if it's, the lower rec level stuff, which is mostly where you see that stuff. Mm-hmm. And sorry, Oren Magruder, if you're watching this, I am talking about you. They just run until the ball's in front of them. It just drives me batty. What if I happen to be playing in a league or in a tournament somewhere and I see someone doing that, I'm going to throw it at you. And I've done it before, and I'll do it again. I will hit you square in the back with the ball.
Man, you come with some heat.
Well, I mean, it's not going to stop you, but you're going to complain about how bad that hurt. Not that my throws hurt, but,
Man, You going with some heat.
Anyway, what's yours?
Profanity.
I saw Dave almost get in a fight one time.
I'm not cool with that. So, anyways.
Man, that's all you got for that?
I mean,
Man, here we go with this stuff again.
I mean,
new
like,
topic. You did that last time.
It's not new topic. It's like, what else do you say? Like, I hate it when people like roid rage and start screaming the F-bomb in front of kids. Like, that just really aggravates me. Like, don't do that.
Come on, guys, they're making fun of us out here.
Anyways,
I'll go ahead and take the wheel for the segment here.
Yeah, so just don't do that, please. Because sometimes my kid may be like at the ball field, and I don't want him to like pick up that habit. So please don't.
Pet peeves on the field number 2.
Okay.
People who argue with umpires.
It ain't gonna fix it. Like, they're human. Like,
they're human, and the call's been made. You expect them to say, you know what? I think that was a ball.
great argument. I love the validity of points A, B, and C. I'm reversing it. Great job. You got me.
You win. Bang, gavel.
Here's the thing, though. Like, what some people subconsciously don't realize, or like even the umpire may not realize, you may need them to make a call for you later in the game. And I'm not saying that they're going to hold a grudge, but like, it may happen to where like you may get a favorable call.
Here's the deal. Be honest. You've umpired before.
Yep.
Have you ever missed a call and then paid it back later? I can't lie. I have.
I haven't.
I have. I'm not talking like game-changing decision, give a call back. But if I missed a play at first, I'll give one somewhere else.
I can't say that I have.
Okay, well, I have. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sit here and lie. Is it right? No, probably not. But, that's just me.
Okay.
I do what I want.
Okay. I don't have a second pet peeve.
Oh, come on.
I can't like readily think of anything. Like,
Did I put you on the spot?
yeah, other than just like being a tool bag, like don't do that. But like some people just naturally can't like help how they are. Like, so I don't.
Okay, well, I'll take your pet peeve then.
Okay.
People that just throw the ball around.
Elaborate.
Like, you think you have a good arm, which sure you might.
Oh, but missing your
And
cut.
you don't even consider using a cutoff.
Oh man, if Ryan
And
Ryan Garrett's gonna be so mad at you.
Well, Ryan Garrett's different. That guy can put a bullet through. I mean, he can put a softball. Man,
Oh, Mo Valley.
I seen that guy throw out a runner, which he was not slow. I'm not saying he was like Usain Bolt. I saw him throw a runner out, tagging from third, and he was standing on the warning track. That's all I'm saying.
That cat can do it, man. That's
So he is an exception to the rule.
what broke.
I don't know.
That sounds
Nothing
weird.
I
All right.
But anyway. But yeah, I'm not done here.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
People that they either throw behind runners, or you just pick, back to the co-ed thing too, you just pick it up and you chuck it when the person is 2 feet from the bag. My wife got a concussion from some idiot that did that one time.
Yeah, Jesse threw it at his face too.
No, that was a different deal. That was kind of the guy that never quit running.
Yeah.
So my wife had this ball hit in. I think I've told this story on the podcast.
Man, you ain't
before.
got enough time for it.
I do. So my wife had a ball hit at her. Field conditions were bad. She's playing first base. The ball takes a bad hop, hits her right between the eyes. She goes down. Sack of taters. She's in the first base. I mean, she's playing first base. She's in the baseline. This kid touches first. The ball rolls off into the outfield after it hits her. This kid touches first, steps over her, and just keeps running. We're in a podunk fundraiser tournament, and this kind of goes, like I said, back to the guy that never quits running. I mean, he legitimately knew she was down, stepped over her, and just kept running anyway. Who does that?
That kid.
Well, the funny part was I might not have did the roid rage cussing thing you were talking about. He went and hid behind his wife.
Stay hot, kid.
Okay, anyway. We're just going to do one more. Snacks is here.
I like the last one.
Okay. Your approach at the plate, swing away or have a plan?
I like to have a plan, but then if that plan doesn't work out, I swing away. So like because I'm left-handed, like you see infielders and outfielders shift because of that. Like
Why is that?
They naturally think that I'm going to be all Deadpool.
I don't understand
so,
that. Why people do that to lefties and not righties?
I can't give trust me, I've asked the same question and I can't give you a good answer. I think just traditionally all left-handed people like really badly pull the ball. So then like if I see the whole infield shift over and there's a big gap at the 6 hole, I'm saying to myself, just look for an outside pitch and just push it through there. But the problem is, if you don't get that outside pitch, then you've got to be able to readjust that. So then it's a matter of swinging away at that point, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like have a plan, but then be prepared when that plan doesn't work out because the pitcher doesn't accommodate to your needs.
Yeah, it's you got to have something of a plan. I mean, if you're up to the plate.
I'm not saying that I have the best bat control to make these plans happen. I'm just simply saying that, like, I have an idea.
It's good to have a plan.
Right.
You got runners on first and second, no outs. What's the worst thing you can do if you're a right-handed batter? Pull a ball.
Mm-hmm.
Or hit a ball on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm at the plate, I'm going to stand there and look for something to either go backside with, or at a minimum, you got to make sure it's in the air.
Runner on third base and you need a run. You've got, and there's no outs, you've got to find a way to get a ball in the air just to score the runner.
Just hit it in the air.
We saw that at ASA State. Perfect tie-in, right back to it. Midwest Assault needed a runner in that Schmidt game,
Mm-hmm.
and this guy was trying to lift a ball, and he lifted a lazy pop fly to the shortstop. Like, that's the best that he could do.
At least he hit it in the air.
Right, at least he hit it in the air, but man, execution, I give it like a 3.
But you get some guys that are up there, go, I'm just going to hit it hard. I'm just going to find my pitch, and I'm going to hit it hard.
I don't know about that.
Not a good idea.
You pitch, and you're going to find a way to make sure that he doesn't.
Right. That's the deal, too. I'm not saying, like I said, not going back to the high-level player, but when I pitch, I try to pitch to where I want you to hit the ball.
Right.
So if I need a ground ball, I need a double play, you're probably not going to get an outside pitch unless I miss my spot, which does happen. Nobody's perfect.
Right.
But again, have a plan. Like I said, runners on first and second, no outs. Don't pull the ball. And if you're going to pull the ball,
Kevin, shut up. Yeah. Shut up.
oh man, this comment section getting out of control in this live feed.
Man.
You know the best part is I'm going to delete this when I'm done. This live feed. Nobody's ever going to do this happen.
Oh, thank God.
But it'll still be all right here.
Yeah, that's fine. Nobody knew what he said.
Have a plan, no matter what. Whatever the situation, just think about it. Don't get fancy. Wait for a pitch that you need to do what you do with. If you don't get that pitch, then you have to adapt to the situation.
Right.
That's not saying, if you need to hit a ball through the 4-hole, don't just stand back and hack at something on your hands to try and get it through there. It's not going to work. And if it does, go buy a lottery ticket.
Man, we should have bought a lottery ticket after last weekend the way we were winning some of them games.
You should have.
Hang on.
Okay, let's see. Last little bit of questions here.
That's the last one you got.
Yeah. It's a series of questions here from our friend Nick Kinder.
Hi, Nick.
He says, I enjoy the material you've been putting out on your YouTube channel. A few questions came to mind that might help for the next podcast. How many nights a week do you play in regular leagues?
2 right now. Typically 2. The Tuesday doubleheader league with my tournament team. I guess you would call it a tournament team. We played.
You play tournaments together.
Right. And then just a group of guys that we have a ton of fun with. Old Koo John. Yeah.
Myself, I play one league. I play the doubleheader in Columbia on Tuesdays. And I usually fill in with him on Mondays.
Right.
And fill in occasionally on Thursdays too. I kind of like doing the one and then filling in wherever.
Right.
That way, my work schedule, sometimes it's hard to commit to a whole lot of stuff. So I can just kind of float around and do whatever as far as that goes. So that's kind of nice. Let's see, he says, how many BP swings do you average per week? Right now, as busy as we've been, I'm lucky to get 100 swings a week. The baby, trust me when I say it's not like, oh, dang it, the baby's here. But before we had the baby and my wife quit her job, I mean, it would be, I'd have the afternoon myself because my son's at school. I'd get done everything I needed to do at home. I'd go out and hit.
Right.
So it was nothing for me to go hit, take 100 swings 2-3 days a week. I feel like my swing has suffered from that, but, dad life.
I'd say maybe 100 swings.
Yeah. And that's if I get a chance to hit. I'm going to try and hit tomorrow while I'm in St. Louis. We'll see how that goes. But as of right now, I'd say 100 swings a week.
Yeah. Because that's about 2 buckets or 2 totes.
Mm-hmm.
Or, so probably,
by the time,
close to that.
Bumps and
right,
yada yada.
Right.
Somewhere around 100 swings. We could put together a top 10 list of 2016 ASA bats.
There's your alarm.
Yeah, all right.
We're going to have to save that for the next one.
No, we'll be all right. We got a couple more. We just got a couple more
all
questions here. Could you put together a top 10 list of 2016 ASA bats? wait till the end of the year. I actually plan on doing that. I don't want to do it now because bats are coming out.
As far as I'm concerned, that DC-41 makes the list somewhere.
And we'll see.
I like it, man. I really do.
I'm not saying it's not nice, but it's just not my cup of tea. So that's kind of where I may get myself into trouble too. Is there's not going to be the big M on there.
What?
And
You gonna have any DeMarinis? You gonna have that Sunday Swagger on there? But it ain't from 2016 though, boy. That's a good bat.
hashtag turd emoji.
Man, you ain't kidding.
It says, anyway, last question here. What team and player do you find yourself pulling for in the USSSA conference?
What's the dynamic softball guy's name? I never get his Davis.
Davis, I'm going to butcher your last name.
Gallardo?
I'm going to butcher your last name. I'm sorry. If you're watching this, Billadello, something like that.
I like him.
You hit a softball really hard, and I like your YouTube channel.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I root for him.
He plays with the scene.
Mm-hmm. Anytime that SOL's playing, I kind of just like to watch them because they're semi-local.
Yeah. Our friend Tyler McAllister, he checks out some of this stuff sometimes.
Not the Tyler McAllister that I went to high school with, man.
Man, they got you going, didn't it?
It, man, blows my mind every time I see this cat.
Anyway.
I guess Bayzat, too, just because he's from Columbia.
Yeah. I try to check out the Smash It games. Like I said, Bayzat's local. Lucky enough to have him on my league team.
Yeah, you do.
Go check out the play that he made.
Oh, man. Yeah, if the screen was still up, I'd just point to it.
Oh, man, we could have pulled it up.
Yeah, did he make the tag? That's the name of the video. Go watch it. You'll see me at the end of the video because I'm on deck. And that ended the game.
It was so
I was
bad.
furious.
You could see from the angle that the camera had that he obviously did not tag him.
Yeah.
I was standing on the pitcher's mound.
Yeah.
And I missed him by 2 feet.
Oh, yeah.
It was horrible.
Oh, so bad.
That umpire just wanted to leave. And that I think Andrew made him mad because you go to mouthing the umpires.
He checked out because it was 10:30.
Sorry, Andrew.
And, yeah, so then I also, man, Brian Wegman, that cat, like
he's always swinging them Wegmans.
Always swinging them Wegmans, and I don't get it, but man, like he hits softball, so that's cool.
Yeah,
that's all I got, man. Who else on there?
All right. So anyway, that was the last of those questions.
Oh, hey, Brent.
I like watching Bubba Mac.
Mm-hmm.
Something about that band. If your name is Bubba Mac, you're dope. I'm just saying.
Who else? Howie.
But yeah, I love it. You don't see very many videos of Howie Krause. I don't know why, but I love Howie Krause. Man, that dude can smash a softball.
Jesse is like full on in love with Howie.
He gets every ounce of his body into a swing. But moving on, I'll take one question if you hurry up. I'll take one question from the live feed over there. So let's see which one we get first. That's not anything with Brent and a DNA. The silence. Best hair in softball. Go ahead. You still thinking?
A little bit, yeah. Go ahead.
What's the kid's name? He plays with the Rogues.
Oh, Michael Lander's roommate, Nick?
Yeah. Kid's got a great head of hair, man.
He does have a pretty good head of hair.
I don't know if you're watching this, man. Michael's showing because Mike watches the podcast.
Who?
Mike Olander. He watches the podcast.
Oh, Mike Olander. Oh, yeah, sorry. I didn't catch that.
Yeah. He's got a pretty good one.
Man, I'm trying to think who else has got, like, really good head of hair.
Jason Dubinsky does, too.
Man, that cat don't play softball no more. But if he did, when he did, boy, that cat can swing a bat now. Man,
that should pretty much conclude it. Best middle hitting bat. Any bat that Tip is swinging.
Unless he's facing the Mennonites.
BP Hero Podcast number 7. We're done. Subscribe button down there. Comment below anything you got to say.
Life in the Flyover. Don't forget to check that out.
Life in the Flyover.
Thanks, Sean Ames.
Thanks for hosting this podcast. We are out of here.